Good afternoon, everybody. I am Srinivasan Madaposi, Professor of Chemical Engineering and Director of the Dubai campus. Firstly, thank you very much for your time and your presence at this webinar. We are delighted to present to you a unique, one-of-a-kind partnership between two prestigious institutions across two continents. BITS Pilani and RMIT have carved niche positions in their respective countries, and we are coming together to offer a global education that transcends political and geographical boundaries. This partnership is going to operate through the BITS RMIT Higher Education Academy, which will offer the best and distinctive features of BITS Pilani and RMIT, as well as of India and Australia. What is the objective of the Academy? Firstly, it is going global, showcasing the Indian and the Australian education system on a global platform. To provide high-quality transnational education, promote cross-cultural awareness and understanding, capitalize on the strengths of the two institutions in academics, scholarship, innovation, and entrepreneurship, to deliver a skilled, future-ready graduate and scholar, and in short, to produce citizens whose skill sets are globally transferable. I might also add, even as we speak, India and Australia are battling it out at the Oval in England. While that goes on, we are still insistent on fostering a great partnership between the two countries. How will this academy deliver its outcomes? We are adopting a very unique integrated model of engagement with contributions from both institutions across the entire academic program. The students will commence the program in the Indian campuses, stay there for 2 years, and then move on to RMIT for the remaining 2 years. However, during the 2 years in India, there will be identified courses that are co-taught by RMIT as well as BITS Pilani faculty. So they get the RMIT experience right in India itself. And conversely, during the time they are in RMIT, they will get exposed to the BITS Pilani expertise as well, since they will be contributing to delivering identified courses. The question that would come is that why BITS Pilani and why RMIT? What is so unique about these two institutions that we come together? The common thread, I would say, is the industry engagement. As you might know, BITS Pilani has its USP in the form of the practice school, which is an embedded part of the BITS Pilani curriculum, students spending 7.5 months in industry. Likewise, at RMIT, which has its origin as a workingmen's college back in 1887, industry outcomes have been part and parcel of what RMIT has been delivering. And that tradition continues even now in the form of the industry engagement in the capstone projects that are being offered at RMIT. Therefore, there is a natural synergy between the two institutions. On a personal note, I would also like to add that prior to taking up this position in Dubai, I was a professor of chemical engineering at RMIT University, and associate dean of chemical and environmental engineering. Therefore, I have a personal expertise and experience in both the institutions, and therefore I can speak with confidence and conviction about how this integrated model is going to deliver the best outcomes for the students. We have a team of faculty and staff who will be very happy to take your questions. The questions can be submitted through a Google form that will be seen as in the description box in the YouTube. Please write in the questions. There will be a drop-down menu where you can divide your questions according to the categories, and please do submit your questions so that we will get a chance to respond to them. Thank you for your time with us, and we look forward to partnering with you in your future career goals and aspirations. Thank you.
Welcome to the BITS RMIT webinar, and as you know, this is a path-breaking initiative between two leading universities, the Birla Institute of Technology and Science in India and RMIT in Australia, coming together and offering very high quality programs at the undergraduate level. We call them the first degree programs as well as the PhD programs. As you all know, there are four different disciplines in which the undergraduate programs are offered: the civil engineering, electrical engineering, electronics and computers engineering, and mechanical engineering. And there is also a joint PhD program. And this is also very unique because as part of this program, you get that international exposure. And of course, BITS is known for its curriculum, for its quality of education. It's one of the finest institutions in India right now. And but with joining hands with RMIT, we will be able to give our students the much needed international exposure, because we produce students who are global citizens. We want them to make an impact at the global level. So having that international exposure at the undergraduate level can make all the difference to the students. In fact, BITS also takes pride in being a pioneering institution in producing students who are job providers rather than job seekers. For example, there are over 7,500 founders among BITS alumni, and there are like 13 unicorn founders among BITS alumni, and this is something which you cannot even find more than 2 or 3 institutions in India, including the top IITs. I think that is the quality of education that BITS imparts to its graduates. And there are exciting things that are happening in the BITS Pilani system now. We're also a large kind of a university system, of course, with campuses in Pilani, then in Dubai, Goa, Hyderabad, and one in Mumbai now. In Mumbai, in fact, we have a very high quality BITS School of Management, and there is also a BITS Law, and there is also going to be another school in Mumbai soon, which will be unveiled in the next few months. So I think this is a great opportunity. BITS has been innovating on the curriculum front quite a bit. In fact, way back in 60s, BITS started the practice school concept. The practice school concept is something which is very unique to BITS, where BITS students get to spend anywhere from 2 months to 8 months total as PS1 and PS2. Students get to have 2 months in PS1, 6 months in PS2. They get to work in industries where they are paid by the industry for working in that industry. And about every year, over 3,000 students go to industries which is all organized by the BITS system. The university finds them those internships. The students get to spend time in these practice schools in the industries, get to learn how industry functions, and that's a very unique kind of an ability BITS students acquire. As a result, they are always industry ready. And if you look at the placement opportunities in BITS, no university comes anywhere close to BITS when it comes to even the pre-placement offers. I can tell you BITS is the #1 kind of an institute in the country compared to any IIT in terms of the pre-placement offers. Year after year, over 1,000 students receive the pre-placement offers thanks to the practice school concepts that we have in BITS. BITS also has a very strong industry connect because of its work integrated learning programs. So I think given all of these unique advantages that the BITS Pilani system offers, and the high quality education that RMIT offers in Australia, with these two leading players coming together, I think there is no limit to the kind of opportunities that you will be exposed to, the kind of learnings that you can have, and the kind of impact that you can cause with what you learn through these joint degree programs. I welcome you to the BITS RMIT Academy, and I hope to see you here and talk to you, interact with you. And we will, with two leading universities coming together, putting their resources and all their efforts, I'm sure this is going to be a path-breaking initiative for the country, and something which will be a role model for all universities in the country in the near future. Thank you very much, and all the best.
A big welcome to all the students again to this webinar. We are so excited to see students joining in such a big group today. My name is Abhishek Tulsian. I'm a staff member of RMIT University, and I'm so happy to be part of this webinar. So exciting times here when both these institutions from India and Australia have partnered to bring this amazing academy for the students. In the next few slides, we will talk more about the academy and also little about RMIT. So BITS Pilani and RMIT have come together to create this academy to give the students a world of career opportunities, which is not just only restricted to one country, but to both India and Australia. The Academy offers students unique opportunities to study in these countries and receive 2 degrees. Now, at the Academy, in the next slide, we will see at the Academy, the students will start at the first half of their program at BITS in India, and they will complete the program at RMIT in Melbourne. Now, again, so the first part of your program starts at a BITS campus in Pilani or Hyderabad. And when you enroll as a BITS Pilani student, you actually enroll as both RMIT and BITS Pilani student from the first day. You will have access to all RMIT student and library services, even online while you are studying at a BITS campus in India. And once you have transitioned to the RMIT campus in Melbourne, then you are able to have access to all our facilities in Melbourne in person. Now, also, this is a great opportunity because when you are studying at BITS here, in your year 2, you will have a chance to visit RMIT in Melbourne for a 2 weeks introductory intensive course. Now, this 2 weeks intensive program is supported by RMIT, and finally, you will complete the second half of your degree at RMIT campus in Melbourne. Now, upon graduation, you will receive 2 degrees, but also you have the option to attend the graduation ceremony of both these amazing institutions. Now, some of you probably would already know, but for all in the group today, you are also eligible to apply for a post-study work visa to work in Australia post the completion of year 3 and year 4, which is 2 years at RMIT in Melbourne. If any students would like to plan a postgraduate program, that also is possible at RMIT. Now, these are the programs which are currently or already available through the Academy. To start with, BE Civil at BITS Pilani, through which the students could progress into Bachelors of Engineering Civil and Infrastructure Honours at RMIT in Melbourne. BE Electronics and Communication at BITS Hyderabad, from which students could progress into Bachelors of Engineering, Electronic and Computer Systems Engineering Honours at RMIT. Students who do BE Electrical and Electronics at BITS Hyderabad, they could progress into Bachelors of Engineering, Electrical Engineering Honours at RMIT. And students who do BE Mechanical at BITS Pilani, they could progress into Bachelors of Engineering, Mechanical Engineering at RMIT. Along with these undergraduate programs, PhD also is available. So PhD research across different disciplines like business, science, technology, engineering, computer science, IT, and more. Now, talking about the tuition fees, when you start your first 2 years at BITS, the tuition fees at BITS Pilani would be the year 1, which is 2023. You are looking at Indian rupees 7.5 lakh per student per annum. There is also an additional summer term fee, which is Indian rupees 1,31,250. For your year 2 at BITS, you are looking at a tuition fees of Indian rupees 7,87,500 per student per annum. There is one-time admission fee, which is 53,900 rupees. Along with that, there are few other expenses or other fees which is mentioned on the website, but also on the slide here. These could be like the union fee, the hostel fee, the caution deposit, and few others. Now, when you progress into the year 3 and the year 4 at RMIT, then the tuition fees will be, for the year 3, it is 43,200 Australian dollars. And for the year 4, 2026, it will be 43,200 Australian dollars. Now, these are tentative fees. They may adjust each calendar year, and students are always advised to please visit the website to be updated on the other expenses, which could be student amenity fees or the health insurance for students, or also the cost of living. Now, we are so pleased to inform that all students of the BITS RMIT Higher Education Academy will be eligible for the Future Leaders Scholarship. So when you progress into the year 3 at RMIT, you will be receiving a 20% student fee waiver on your year 3 and year 4 RMIT tuition fees. Now, big question, if the students may like to know more about this, how do you apply to the academy? Now, the first step in the application process is sitting the BITSAT entry exam. After the BITSAT exam, candidates should apply to the BITS RMIT Higher Education Academy by selecting their program preferences. Students who prefer the academy should go directly to the RMIT application portal to make an application, and the link to the portal is mentioned here. It's a very friendly portal in which all students, generally the feedback from the students is that they could easily maneuver on that portal and make an application. Students would be required to submit their expression of interest for one or more of the 4 programs, and students will be contacted to update their application if they are offered a place at the academy. Please note, admission into academy programs will be made on the basis of marks obtained in the BITSAT score, and students must meet the entry requirement for both BITS and RMIT to be eligible to enter the academy programs. Now, continuing to talk about how do you apply. Now, when you are progressing into the year 3 at RMIT in Melbourne, students will be also required one of these English language tests, which could be IELTS, TOEFL, or PT. The requirements for each of these English language tests are mentioned here on the slide, but also on our website. Now, talking about these different undergraduate programs, the programs may have a slightly different entry requirements. So we would encourage students to please visit the website, which is bitsrmit.in, to know more about the entry requirements. We acknowledge the fact that this will be a big transition for all the students to move from when they are, especially when they are moving from India to Australia to Melbourne at RMIT. Now, for that transition to Australia, RMIT University will support all the academy students with all the necessary documentation the students may need, and also with the resources to make the process of transition easier. Please note, students, you would be required a student visa when you're progressing into the year 3 with us in RMIT in Melbourne. Now, that's where RMIT will provide you with the required documentation, and we would encourage students to keep checking the website to know more in terms of their eligibility, the requirements to obtain a visa, and it is advisable if students do that before confirming a place at the academy. Now, over a few slides about RMIT. So RMIT University, RMIT was founded in 1887. RMIT is Australia's largest tertiary institution. We are a global university with 5 campuses. These campuses are in Australia and in Vietnam, and we are connected worldwide with over 450,000 alumni and over 200 university partners across the world. RMIT ranks in the top 1% universities globally. We are in the top 200 universities of the world. We are also ranked as number 4 in Australia for partnership with employers and number 1 in Australia for our graduate employment rate. Now, founded in 1887, and with that, we are just calling out few of our rankings here. So again, to call out, RMIT is number 1 in Australia for graduate employment rate and number 4 for partnership with employers. Now, these are our most current ratings. RMIT ranks 190th globally and 11th in Australia. And should you like to know more about your respective engineering areas and the rankings, that's also on the screen here. So for civil and structural, we are in the top 100 of the world, and likewise for electrical, electronic, and for mechanical. Now, there are two campuses which the academy students are looking at in our Melbourne campuses. So that's RMIT Melbourne City Campus and the Bandura campus. Now, the city campus is really in the main city. It is the CBD. It is the city center, if you'd like to call that. That's where majority of the attraction or the shopping areas or recreational areas are. Even, for example, if you had to walk for a game at Melbourne Cricket Ground at the so famous MCG, you could just walk from the CBD campus to the MCG. If your parents are visiting from the home country, so that's where generally they want to be, the city center. So amazing location. In the next slide, we would talk about our Bandura campus. Now, Bandura, the name sounds a little different, but it is very well part of Melbourne City. It is 18 kilometers from the city center, well connected by public transport, so easy for students to move across the city. Now at Bandura campus, we have parklands, we have lakes and more. We also have on-campus accommodation on our Bandura campus. Students can always book campus tour through our website. Virtual tours can be booked. Now, RMIT has 450 different recognized, internationally recognized programs. Being mindful of the time, we are not going into that, but that is available on the website also. RMIT works closely with industries. So when you are on the campus, you would see that very closely. The number of industry visits the university has at regular intervals and more. So our students could work on industry projects with real clients. They can take part in local and overseas work placements. They can attend or enter project competitions judged by industry leaders and more. Now, we have called that out, but very quickly again, RMIT ranks #1 in Australia for graduate employment rate and #4 for partnership with employers. In the next slide, we are just seeing few of the industry connections RMIT has, but the list is much longer. It is also on the website. In the next slide, few more of our prestigious industry partners are mentioned here. And in the next slide, we would be seeing how students could take advantage of these through engaging into work integrated learning opportunities, practical placements, industry projects, international work opportunities, and all our international students have equal opportunity to explore internships as well. Again, we acknowledge the big transition, all students from home country when they move to Melbourne. So that's where we say a lot of support is available for students. Do reach out whenever you need any kind of assistance or support. Now, these support could be in form of accommodation advice, career advice, counseling advice, financial assistance, and more. There's a lot to do at RMIT outside the classroom teaching. So we have 160 different clubs and societies in which the students could participate in. And some of these look really colorful as you see on the slides here. Lot of accommodation available. Melbourne has a lot of international students, many students from India, but also students from across 90 different countries. They all are, it's a big community of international students in Melbourne. So you have a different variety of options of accommodation to select from. Call it a hostel, a long-term stay, a short-term stay, a budget accommodation, and much more. And even students look for apartments to share within friends. Now, moving ahead, we will be playing 2 videos of both these amazing institutions. We will start with the BITS video, followed by the RMIT video.
BITS Palani, with its strong legacy and future-facing curriculum, has been proudly nurturing high-quality engineers for employment, entrepreneurship, and research. Started as a technical training center during World War II, BITS Palani now is among the top global universities and is one of the institutes of eminence identified by the Government of India. Multi-campus university with campuses at Palani, Dubai, Goa, and Hyderabad. BITS has 16,000 plus on-campus students and growing. During its early years of inception, BITS Palani collaborated with Massachusetts Institute of Technology that created the foundation of the program structure. Curriculum at BITS Palani starts with foundation courses and moves on to the discipline core courses. Students also choose discipline elective courses, open electives, and humanities elective courses to create a disciplinary niche profile. Institute also offers minor programs with the intent of adding focus to interdisciplinary learning to their specialization. BITS Palani's unique industry immersive program called Practice School structures industry exposure as a course, where apart from a faculty member, a supervisor from the company guides and evaluates a student. With over 600 pre-placement offers in PS stations this year, Practice School gives students an opportunity to secure their dream job. Flexibility at BITS allows students to personalize their course load in a semester. Option of transfer in second year allows students to change their stream in second year based on their first year performance. Dual degree program gives the students an option of investing in an additional 1 year and graduating with 2 degrees in different disciplines. Along with the coursework, students on campus spend a majority of their time in student-driven clubs and departments. With interests ranging from different art forms to technical domains, to almost every interest area, there is a club dedicated to it, where like-minded students come together, explore, and create. After graduating from BITS Palani, students have gone on to excel at jobs, start their own ventures, pursue research, or even take up something far away from engineering and excel in that too. The problem-solving attitude that BITS Palani nurtures in its students helps them get ready to lead in any domain. BITS Palani has been a popular engineering university among international students. To know how you can start your journey with BITS, fill in your details here.
You can feel it. That drive to take what you have and launch it to the next level. To share the energy of people who feel the same way. To wrestle the potential out of the world. Harness your creativity, give it form, and set off into an adventure of your own making. To hand the world life-changing technology. Planet-saving energy solutions, green living innovations, and a means to transform business that will redefine how the world works. So take it. Be hands-on. Make it real. Because people like you will forge what's next.
I started at RMIT with a Bachelor of Biomedical Engineering with honours, and I followed that through to a PhD in Mechanical Engineering and Additive Manufacturing. I saw that RMIT was very much a place where I could find a job straight afterwards. RMIT was really strong on internships and had a lot more real-world applications and connections in comparison to the other universities. Some real-world experience I got while doing my Bachelor of Engineering. I interned at the Walter and Eliza Institute, specifically malaria research, and it also introduced me to additive manufacturing, which is what I'm doing my PhD in now. I was also able to do an internship at Western Health, so that was the clinical side of biomedical engineering, which was fantastic, and it allowed me to work out what I really wanted to do.
Vegemite, it's very popular in Australia. It's a spread that they use on bread.
I love how friendly the people actually are.
People are really helpful. You can ask anyone.
I've met people from like more than 90 countries at RMIT.
It's a beautiful city. It's different people interacting.
In the night, you will just find people chilling out and talking about their day.
I was scared, to be honest, before I moved here. So I wish I knew that it was this fun and this laid back. I love RMIT because it's right in the middle of the city.
Each and every suburb, it's centralized from this place.
Everything is very convenient to us. After the class, you're feeling like you're hungry. You can just go grab something.
There are many banks around in the city as well.
You have the trams almost connected to everywhere. If not, you have trains.
A My Key card. This is used for public transport across Victoria.
If you're coming to RMIT for the first time, you can get free airport pickup service.
You need to book in 5 days before your arrival.
RMIT has all the courses. You will get the knowledge and you will be able to cope up with the industry at the same time.
The staff is very helpful. The more you want to learn, the more they're ready to help you.
I attended the orientation a day after I came here. So I would say I was jet lagged. I'd probably recommend like 3-4 days earlier.
When you're an international student, you get 20 hours a week to work. That manages my expenses for the month.
I work in 7-Eleven.
I work at a cafe at Parliament Station.
1 year back, I moved to suburb to explore the suburban life.
Just the train, and it's like convenient, not a hassle for me to travel.
It was easy to open a bank account. The bank account was in city campus.
It's really easy to find and use supermarkets in Melbourne.
Queen Victoria Market is the best place to go if you want to buy fresh vegetables and, fruits.
Here you will experience all the 4 weathers in a day.
Sometimes it's rain, then it's sun.
I wished I carried much more warm clothes with me.
This is a Tim Tam. I love this a lot.
Food here in Melbourne is awesome.
Chicken parma. It's basically a fried chicken served with some salad and chips.
There are a lot of Indian joints around the city as well.
Melbourne is super crazy about sports.
AFL footy ball.
You need to hold it in this way, I guess.
I got to meet Ken Richardson, a fast pacer from Melbourne Renegades, when he came to RMIT.
The coffee culture is the biggest thing I have seen.
Latte, short black, long black.
RMIT offers trips and tours across regional Victoria.
I saw kangaroos. I had a face-to-face chat with them.
I should have contacted a lot of people over here so that I could have made friends before coming here.
When I made new friends, I think that's when I got actually into the habit of living here.
As time passes by, I think you get comfortable staying here. So yeah, I feel home now, yeah.
Hello everyone. After going through the videos of both the institutions, BITS Pilani as well as RMIT, you must have got a fair idea about both the institutions as well as the different programs which is being offered. In this particular presentation, I am going to discuss about first degree program of BITS Pilani. Along with me, Professor Suvendra Kumar Sahu, who is Professor and Head of EEE and EC Department of Hyderabad campus, and Professor Manoj Kumar Soni, who is Professor of Mechanical Engineering from Pilani campus, is also available as panel members. Of course, when you are going to have some questions at that time, they are going to respond to your queries. I am going to discuss some additional features of first degree programs which is being offered in BITS Pilani. After writing BITSAT, if you are interested to get admission through BITS RMIT Academy programs, you have to apply online, as it was earlier explained by Mr. Abhishek from RMIT. Of course, the admission is purely based on merit, and the results, first iteration results of your admission process is going to be announced by July 1st, and then you have to be given appropriate time to accept the offer. And in fact, these programs, as it was mentioned, that you have to spend 2 years time in BITS Pilani along with one summer term, and after that you have to spend another 2 years in RMIT University. Students will have regular exposure of academics from both the institutions. We have designed the curriculum in such a way so that all the students under this academic program is going to get exposure from the faculty members and staff members of both the university from time to time. As it was mentioned that both institutions are going to award the dual degree at the end of the completion of the coursework. The BITS Pilani program is basically, it is very flexible in nature. We have designed the program in such a way so that you can complete the coursework in different modules. The different modules are decided based on the category-wise courses, which I will be explaining in next of my slides. And in first 2 years, you are going to be equipped with different laboratories, and you are going to do the extensive practical work in association and in the guidance of highly experienced faculty members. In addition to those category-wise courses, actually you will be also given the exposure of future technology skill courses, which is going to be offered by the faculty members of RMIT. In all 4 semesters, actually you are going to get exposure of at least one course of this nature. The complete curricular structure, if you see here, actually in first year you are going to do the foundation courses in science, mathematics, engineering, foundation and technical arts. And after first year you will be spending a summer term where you are going to do some other required courses in the form of humanities electives, which is essentially required for getting the degree of BITS Pilani. And in second year, again, some of the foundation courses you are going to do, and then you are going to do some discipline courses and elective courses. And after completion of year 2, actually you will be moving to the RMIT University, where you are going to complete the remaining discipline core and elective courses, and of course some capstone projects. These courses are again very much applied in nature, where the first 2 years you are going to get mainly the basic fundamentals and foundation courses and getting exposed to different broad-based interdisciplinary nature of courses, whereas in the third year and fourth year you are going to get exposed to all applied courses of different programs. In fact, this year we have started 4 programs, BE Civil, BE Mechanical, BE Electrical Electronics, and BE Electronics and Communication. BE Civil Engineering and BE Mechanical is being offered from Pilani campus, and BE Electronics and Communication and BE Electrical and Electronics is going to be offered from Hyderabad campus. As far as civil engineering is concerned, it offers a large number of courses from different thrust areas like structural engineering, transportation engineering, infrastructure engineering, environmental engineering, in such a way so that you can develop skills to plan, design, construct and supervise different kind of infrastructure projects. Whatever projects you see in our day-to-day life, actually how these things are going to be delivered. And as you know that civil engineering is very much essential engineering, where actually you have to serve the society, and a lot of scope is there in this particular field as far as India is concerned, or even in Australia you see that a lot of scope is there. in fact, in civil engineering, in first 2 years when you are going to do, you are going to come across different kind of laboratories, whether it may be soil mechanics, or it may be survey lab, it may be environmental, or it may be transportation engineering lab. So all sophisticated laboratories are available at BITS Pilani. Now you can have some glimpse of different laboratories where you are going to perform the experiments, say for example structural engineering lab, or you can see say highway or transportation engineering lab, or GIS and computer center, or this is another lab which is soil mechanics lab, which you are going to do in your second year. And similarly we have another program which is again being offered from Pilani campus, is mechanical engineering department. This department was established in 1946, which actually involved in cutting edge research and imparting high quality education of social relevance of mechanical engineers and professionals. It also offers different courses in the area of design, thermal, robotics, and manufacturing engineering. Students have also the flexibility of taking different type of projects, where they can take study project, design project, special projects. And the beautiful feature of the project type course is that students used to choose a particular faculty member, and if the area matches with the faculty member and students, they used to carry the projects, and at the end of the semester actually they used to be awarded the grades. Now this particular slide just explains one of the lab of mechanical engineering department, to just show that how different students of mechanical engineering streams are actually working in workshop course, or say for example in other machinery related courses, where they used to get experiential learning using this learning factory laboratory, or 3D printer, or CNC machines and all. Two other programs, that is electrical electronics engineering and electronics communication engineering, is first time going to be offered from Hyderabad campus for this academy students. And in this again we are having a range of courses starting from microelectronics, VLSI, embedded system, power electronics, communication systems. And the students are also offered into interdisciplinary courses such as image processing, medical imaging, renewable energy, pattern recognition, and are actively involved in research and different kind of projects. Some of the labs which basically you are going to participate is in second year is nothing but digital signal process lab, or instrumentation lab, digital signal labs, in microprocessor and interfacing labs, and signals and systems labs. In fact, as you can see that even when you are going to RMIT in third year, before that itself you are going to have a good grasp of complete engineering of first 2 years. In first year all foundation courses, and in second year all discipline courses, and some professional courses like principles of management and principles of economics. You are going to get the exposure, and in fact you will be getting a lot of exposure on projects based and hands-on learning experience. Apart from academics, actually institution BITS Pilani is having excellent facilities related to games, and our all students are having very good associations and clubs, which is entirely managed by our own students, and we are very proud on these aspects. As far as placement is concerned, it is you must have heard that BITS Pilani is having a very high placement rate, about 95 to 100% placement we used to have every year. Apart from that, as Vice Chancellor was mentioning, that pre-placement BITS is very far ahead, in fact, from as far as pre-placement offers is concerned. Last year, about 1,500 pre-placement offers was made, which is much ahead, even if you compare with any of the institution in the country, even IITs. So this particular slide just talks about the key recruiters and industry connects of BITS Pilani. You can see that you name any industry which is very well known. In fact, they used to come for our placements and our students get placed. Apart from that, our students also used to do different kind of internship, and we have a very good connect with the industries. This particular slide just tells that how our students are participating in different activities through clubs and department culture. And the beauty, as I mentioned, that clubs and departments are actually handled by the students themselves. They manage everything, and you can see different kind of cultural, academic programs or sports programs are being organized by our students. Very good facilities are available as far as sports is concerned, whether you talk about indoor sports or outdoor sports, whether in Pilani, Goa, Hyderabad or Dubai, you talk anything. So this is all about salient features of BITS Pilani. And now I invite Professor Dylan to proceed further.
Thank you, Professor Singh. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this webinar covering the information on this BITS RMIT joint venture. My name is Dylan Robert. I'm an Associate Professor Engineering at RMIT University and the Program Manager for Civil Engineering. And I have my colleague with me, Professor Desmond, who is the Program Manager for Electronics Engineering. So what we're going to do in this presentation, we're going to give some information why you should be taking this joint venture program for you to do your first degree. In fact, RMIT programs have high regard in the industry, and all our programs are accredited by Engineers Australia. So this means you can work as a professional engineer once you pass out from this program. And in fact, RMIT programs are co-designed with industry to give the practical experience and training with Australia and global companies. And as you heard in the previous presentation, RMIT is #1 in Australia for graduate employment and #4 in employer partnerships. And also, when you come through this program, you will be able to use cutting-edge facilities in your learnings at RMIT with world-class learning, teaching, training, and research. On top of that, you will be able to go through global opportunities in taking part of various exchange programs and our award-winning humanitarian engineering study tours. And above all, RMIT is very popular on hands-on opportunities, so graduates will take part in internships to solve problems and apply your knowledge to projects with our industry partners. In fact, in 2019 alone, we have offered over 10,000 internships, and 2021 we offered over 7,500 internships irrespective of the COVID impact. And because of all these resources and skills, we have ranked highly among the world-based universities. So RMIT Civil Engineering program is ranked top 100 in the world-based universities, and our mechanical engineering and electrical engineering is ranked top 150 among the world-based universities. So by going through this particular joint venture program, you will be able to sharpen your skills, such as your technical skills as well as soft skills. So in fact, when you're placed the first 2 years in India, BITS Academy, you'll be able to gain the comprehensive understanding of theory-based knowledge of engineering fundamentals, and also in this specialist bodies of knowledge within the engineering discipline. And once you come to RMIT in your 3rd and 4th year of the program, you will be able to apply those fundamentals into established engineering methods to solve the complex problems. At the same time, we value the soft skills development of our graduates as well, and you will be able to develop your communication skills, such as how to make a professional presentation, how to write a professional report, and how do you work in a team effectively, how do you collaborate. And this is exactly what we are looking for when you go to industry, and how would you solve problems. And with that, I pass to my colleague, Professor Desmond, who will talk more about these programs, including the electronic engineering program.
one of the very unique feature of this BITS RMIT Joint Higher Education Academy program is that from the first day of your study, you will have access and be exposed to the best of both institutions and both countries. Actually, in the first 2 years of the program, you will study in one of the campuses at BITS, in either Pilani or Hyderabad campus. And so that will give you the time and opportunity to settle down to this university life. And at the same time, you will gain a very solid foundation in science, mathematics, engineering, as well as be introduced to the fundamentals of your selected specialized engineering field. In the meanwhile, even in these first 2 years while you are studying in BITS Pilani, you will also have access to all RMIT resources from the day one of your study. And actually, in the first 2 years, for each semester, you will study one course that is jointly taught by BITS and RMIT. So you will have the opportunity to familiarize yourself with the RMIT systems and process to enable you a smooth transition to Melbourne in the following 2 years. So after the first 2 years, in year 3, you will transition to RMIT in Melbourne, Australia. And in year 3, you will learn further about the knowledge, the hands-on skills, as well as the understanding of your specialized engineering field. In year 4, at RMIT, you will have the opportunity to work on a very unique capstone project experience, where you will conduct either a research project with a faculty member, or you will work on an industry project that can involve analytical, experimental, design, as well as computational skills. So this capstone experience will give you the opportunity to showcase the capability that you have developed throughout this program. With this, I also would like to introduce the first program that we offer under this joint academy. This is BE Electronics and Communication, which will lead to Bachelor of Engineering, Electronic and Computer Systems Engineering in Melbourne. So after your 2 years study in India, you will transfer to Australia. And for RMIT, the field of electrical and electronic engineering is ranked as well above standard in the ERA ranking system in Australia, which is the highest possible ranking that a field can obtain in Australia. And in this particular program, you will have the opportunity to develop yourself as a higher employable graduates with a broad knowledge and skills across the areas of electronics, computers, networking, cybersecurity, as well as communication engineering. A little bit more detail, you may find opportunities in embedded systems, in integrated circuits, firmware, image processing, optical, wireless, and satellite communication systems, as well as network management and security. The graduates from this program have a very high overall employment rate during the past few years of almost 90%, as well as a further full-time study rate of 7%. So the graduates from the Electronic and Computer Systems Engineering degree find career pathways, career opportunities in a large number of industries. In addition to the IC, manufacturing, IoT, as well as the telecommunications fields that you may have already imagined, you will also find opportunities widely in interdisciplinary areas, such as in transportation systems, such as in robotics, such as in biomedical engineering. Here we just show a few of the companies which have employed our graduates in the past few years. The second program I would like to introduce is the BE Electrical and Electronics, where you spend 2 years in India, and you will also spend 2 years in Australia, and you will also get a Bachelor of Engineering, Electrical Engineering degree. So similar with electronics, the electrical area in RMIT is also very strong with the best possible ranking in ERA. And in this discipline, in this degree, you will also have the opportunity to make useful products and provide quality services by spending a lot of time on experiments in labs, as well as in a lot of designing projects. So from this degree, you will focus on the manufacturing, the installation, operation, as well as maintenance of electrical systems, where you may work on the generation, you may work on the distribution, utilization, as well as control of electric power. You may also work on other areas such as control systems, which are highly demanded for various domestic and industrial applications. Similar with electronic and computer systems engineering, the electrical engineering graduates also have a fantastic employment rate of around 87%, as well as a further study rate of 10%. Similarly, the graduates from this program also find career pathways in a wide range of industries such as mining and resources, renewable energy, as well as electrified transportation. Again, here we show just a few selected industries, companies which have employed the graduates from this program. With all this, now I would like to pass back to Professor Dylan to talk about the other two programs that we offer.
Thank you, Professor Desmond. The third program that we're offering through this joint venture is civil engineering program. And similar to other programs, it is also 2+2, 2 years in India and 2 years in Australia. In fact, our program is rated as above world standard. So that's the highest possible ranking that a discipline could be gained. That's because of our quality teaching as well as outstanding research. In fact, I would like to highlight that civil program in RMIT is the largest program in engineering, and we have 1,500 students in civil engineering at RMIT University, with over 90% full-time or part-time employment, with 5% of entrepreneurships as well. As a part of this program, what you can do is you can develop skills to plan, design, construct, supervise, and manage infrastructure projects in Australia, India, as well as overseas. And then with that, you will be able to specialize in infrastructure projects, geotechnical works, structures, transport, water resources, and more importantly, you will be able to choose among broad range of electives which are industry relevant. So I would like to show you a video that demonstrates how our courses are linked to the latest technologies such as artificial intelligence applications in the first video.
The local wiring task is a typical task in aircraft maintenance. Flying aircrafts can vibrate, and because of that, engine screws need to be lock-wired beforehand. You are now viewing through a Microsoft HoloLens, which shows a part of engine surface with 4 screws that need to be lock-wired. This system replaces the traditional paper-based lock-wiring instruction while vividly showcasing lock-wiring procedures and steps in MR. With this system, lock-wiring operators can complete this complex task independently, autonomously, and efficiently. We developed a NASA task load index input panel to collect lock-wiring operators' mental workload data while doing lock-wiring with the support of HoloLens.
So that's just an example.
We developed
that's just an example of how our teaching is embedded with these latest technologies. At the same time, students, when they do their studies in 3rd and 4th year, they'll also be able to involve lots of hands-on work, such as making mixed designs, constructing beams, columns, and then testing them as well. So as a part of, once they pass out from the program, there are wide diversified opportunities for civil engineers. In fact, as you know, civil engineering is all about facilitating infrastructure to sustain society. And within that, we are talking about buildings, bridges, transport networks, railways, mining structures, and many more. And you can see some examples of major organizations where our graduates work. So they can be multinational companies, private organizations, government, semi-government, and many more. In fact, graduates, they simply start internships in 3rd and 4th year of the program, and they will end up with full placements after completing. The other last program I'd like to elaborate is Bachelor of Mechanical Engineering. So this is also 2+2, 2 years in India and 2 years in Australia. And this program is also rated above world standard. And as a part of this program, you will be able to gain skills to plan, design, develop machinery, solve problems, and improve machines used in everyday life. So we will equip you to become a professional and highly employable mechanical engineer within national and international context. So once you pass out from the mechanical engineering program, you will also have great opportunity to part of many sub-disciplines, such as transport sector, mining, material processing, manufacturing, air conditioning, refrigeration systems, and also research and developments, where our graduates will develop new technologies to improve the existing practice. And you can see some of the examples of organizations where our graduates work. So as I said before, so there are multinational companies, private organizations, governments, and semi-government. So they start the internships here typically in their third and fourth year and continue that to get the full placements. And once you complete your bachelor program through this joint venture, you will also have the option to continue towards a master degree as well at RMIT. So in fact, depending on your interest, you have various options. So in option A, you can gain RMIT Master of Engineering in Management if you simply spend one extra year of studies at RMIT. And if you want to gain the specialized master within your specialized discipline, you can also do that by spending one extra year. And if you want to gain a specialized master in totally different discipline, you can also gain that by spending one extra 1.5 years of studies. And if you want to gain an MBA, you can also do that by spending 2 years at RMIT. So one unique benefit for the students coming through this joint venture is that they get exemption of 1 year worth of credits, and they simply need to get one extra year, and that eventually will give 2 programs by spending 5 years throughout this joint venture program. So in fact, when it comes to learning engineering, industry exposure is inseparable. So because of that reason, we always give the opportunity for students to get exposure with the industry by organizing industry events throughout the semesters and the years. So through these workshops, they'll be able to improve their soft skills by attending various design workshops, and more importantly, get the networks which can initiate the internships and also the final placements once they complete the program. And about studies, you can be part of many social events. In fact, we have a big Indian community in Melbourne, and 1/4 of our international students are coming from India. So that means when you come to Melbourne, you will not be alone. We have a friendly neighborhood, and in fact, we organize various social events, as you can see here: rooftop parties, pub crawls, trivia nights, dumping nights, etc., and which will eventually enhance your opportunity to become, get to know more people and have an enjoyable life while you're in Melbourne.
Thank you so much, professors, for providing the wonderful, knowledgeable session. We have received some questions on the YouTube. I'll read, because of the shortage of the time, I'll take 1 or 2 questions. So the first question which we have received is, when should a student write IELTS exam in order to meet the RMIT admission requirements? Abhishek, would you like to answer that?
We would probably advise that in the semester 4, or which will be towards when you are completing the year 2 at BITS, that would be a right time to start planning an IELTS, because before you are able to progress in the year 3 at RMIT, you will be required an IELTS. So we would again say maybe semester 4 of your BITS program, towards the end of the year 2, that would be a right time to plan an English language test.
Thank you. Sorry. Yes, please.
Rashmi, I would just like to clarify that. So I think Abhishek is referring to the English language test that's useful for the Australian visa application. But one of the features of this program is that the students will be RMIT and BITS students from day 1 of the program. And so students will need to demonstrate their English language entry requirements prior to commencement in August this year. And so students don't have their IELTS results or their TOEFL or Pearson results, please go ahead and submit your application. If you receive an offer, you'll have through until the commencement of the program in August to confirm your test results, meet the IELTS 6.5 or equivalent.
Thank you. The second question is related to scholarships. What are the current options to avail the scholarship to get the admission in BITS RMIT Academy? Professor Singh, would you like to answer?
Yeah, so there are different kind of scholarship available. So for example, in BITS Pilani, we have merit scholarship, and similarly in RMIT, we have leaders scholarship, as was explained by Mr. Abhishek. So ultimately, more details about these scholarship is going to be communicated to the students through their offer letters. and as far as BITS Pilani scholarship is concerned, and as far as RMIT scholarship is concerned, definitely RMIT authorities are going to announce details about all this.
Thank you. We have one more question related to the admissions. It says, how can I apply for the program? I have already given BITSAT. What is the cutoff, or do we have a specific cutoff to get the admission in this academy?
No, so this is actually completely based on merit, as I mentioned earlier. So the merit list will be prepared based on the available number of seats and the scores which actually students are going to get in BITSAT. So as we are doing this first time, so definitely it is not predictable at this stage that how many applications we are going to receive and what should be the cutoff of a particular program. But the process is very clear that once we will receive all application, the deadline of which is 23rd of this month, and after that a merit list will be prepared, and then first offer letter to the candidate will be issued on July 1st, and they will be given 10 days time to accept the offer. If they will be accepting the offer, then they will be there in the merit list and as a in the selected list of candidates. And if they are not going to accept, then new students who have applied will again going to be given offer, and this process will continue till say August 1st or so, and then the complete seats etc. is going to be filled.
Thank you so much. We have received more than 150 questions on the YouTube. We will add all these questions as FAQ on the BITS RMIT website, which is mentioned on the slide presented. Do you want to give some final remark, anybody from RMIT or BITS team?
So yeah, so thank you very much for active participation. So asking 150 question itself explains that many people are very much interested and shown interest in this particular informative session of webinar conducted by BITS RMIT team. All the informations of the admission process, then programs, all the details are available on bitsrmit.in website. Today also we have communicated some emails to the students stating that how they should apply to RMIT, BITS RMIT programs, and step-by-step process have been shared. So I request all candidates to apply within the deadline, and my advice is that as soon as they get time, they must apply. They should not wait till 23rd June, because based on the application process itself, it will be easy for us to facilitate the process.
Thank you. Any comment, final comment from Abhishek or Emma or Dylan, Professor Desmond?
Thanks, Rashmi. I would just say to anybody that's interested in this innovative new collaboration between BITS and RMIT, even if you're unsure about whether you meet the requirements, please submit your application. We'll be very, very happy to respond to your queries by the FAQs or directly if you have specific queries. We're really looking forward to receiving your application into our program. So please reach out if you have any queries.
Thank you.